Alright, what's going on, everybody? We are live for Monday Night Football between the Chiefs and the Commanders. Sorry, I'm on a few minutes late. They're about 5 minutes into the game. The Commanders currently have the ball on the Chiefs' 18-yard line, moving the football effectively on their first drive. Oh, this one's intercepted! Off the hands of Deebo Samuel on the screen to the 31-yard line. Wow, talk about an unlucky interception right there. Wow. How about that? First play on the screen, and it's picked off. Off the hands of Deebo Samuel and intercepted. Looks like it actually goes right through his hands and bounces off his face mask. But wow, what an unlucky play right there for the Commanders. And the Chiefs take over after getting the game's first turnover. But welcome to the stream, everybody. A very eventful start. Let me pull up the chat, put out a poll while they're at commercial. Alright, there's the poll. Commanders or Chiefs? Be sure to vote on that. I got the Chiefs in this week's game, or in this game, 26-13. I just don't really trust the Commanders without Jaden Daniels. That's the main reason. But the Chiefs take over at their own 32-yard line after the interception thrown by Marcus Mariota. He fills in for the injured Jaden Daniels out with a hamstring injury. It was defensive end Mike Dana who picked it off, number 51 for the Chiefs. And that was a pretty good drive for the Commanders before they threw the pick. 9 plays, 39 yards, 5:18 off the clock. But the Chiefs get the game's first turnover, and they take over the football on their own, what did that say, 32? Yeah, their own 32-yard line. And that is where they'll take over for their first possession. But welcome to the stream, everybody. Be sure to vote on the poll. But the Chiefs take over here at the 32-yard line. Mahomes and the offense out on the field, and they'll start off the run for Pacheco. And Pacheco going to pick up 2. Really don't want Pacheco to have a big game. I mean, I like the guy, but I'm playing against him in fantasy, and I need him to get less than 10 points. Otherwise, I lose. Patrick Mahomes led the NFL with 18 total touchdowns coming into the day, or into this week. He's having a very good year. Definitely much better than he was last year. Touchdowns up, interceptions down. Very good year so far. Mahomes to throw here, has time, now he gets pressured, and Mahomes swung around and sacked. He lost about 4 on the play. And a sack right there for the Commanders. Sorry about Scadavu. Yeah, that was a tough one to watch. I mean, he's always been such a huge part of the Giants offense. I mean, even just the energy he brings to the team, too. But he had surgery today. Went well, so that's good to hear. And hope we can get back on the field soon. 3rd and 10 here for the Chiefs. Mahomes will look to throw. Steps up. Mahomes will scramble here to his left. And he's going to try to run for a first down here. Mahomes tries to get to the marker. He's hit about a yard short. But he might have gotten there. And let's see, this is going to be close. Depending on the spot right here. He's going to be very close. Let's see. Here's a good look right at the marker. And Mahomes, he steps out. I think he's going to be just short. But that is a close play right there. But a 4th and 1 here for the Chiefs. They wanted the play clock to get reset, but it doesn't, so they're forced to burn a timeout instead. So it's going to be 4th and 1. Looks like they're going to go for it, man. I mean, I like the decision because I mean, you're short by like an inch. I'm going for it without even thinking about it. The Chiefs thought the play clock should get reset. I'm not sure why it would or wouldn't. But Mahomes is a little bit short. Probably like a foot short. But it's going to be 4th and 1. And they're going to hand it off here. Kareem Hunt up the middle. And Hunt going to pick up a first down. Got 5. And they move the sticks. So it's 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. They convert on 4th down. From their own 46 here. Mahomes in shotgun back to his right. Kelce goes in motion. Hand off to the rookie Rashard Smith, and he's got nowhere to go. Looks like just a yard right there. Running behind the left side of the offensive line. There's a couple backups in there. Jalen Moore, left tackle, the 2nd string left tackle. And they got a new right guard in as well. Without Josh Simmons and Trey Smith today for the Chiefs up front. So 2nd and 9, 6.5 to go in the first quarter. Bring Worthy in motion. And Mahomes off play action here. Throws outside. Wide open is Worthy. Makes the play. And is taken out of bounds. No, he stayed in. And he's taken down at the 21-yard line. But a nice chunk play right there for the Chiefs. But a nice pickup right there. Big play to Worthy. There's just nobody near him. So 1st and 10 here from the 26. Mahomes going to take a shot downfield for Worthy again. Looks like he saw it late. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10. By the way, Commanders left tackle Laremy Tunsil is questionable to return tonight's game due to a hamstring injury. So that's definitely one to watch. Hopefully he's okay. So 2nd and 10 from the 26. Mahomes in shotgun back to his right. Low snap. To look to throw. Mahomes has it tipped at the line. And that's incomplete. Kelce, the receiver in the area. And brings up 3rd and 10 here for the Chiefs. Mahomes got hit on that, so it might not have been tipped, just got hit. But an off-target throw either way. 3rd and 10 here. The Commanders, their defense has held opponents to 2 for 30 on 3rd and at least 10 yards. This is a 3rd and 10 here. 5:40 to go in the first quarter. Mahomes looks to throw. Throws back. Shoulder, that is intercepted. It's picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the teams trade red zone interceptions on their first drive. Mahomes tries to throw a back shoulder throw for Hollywood Brown. It gets picked off by Lattimore. Wow. And both teams throw picks on their first drive. 5:35 to go in the first quarter. Wow, what a play right there. Marshawn Lattimore has not had a good year for the Commanders, but comes up with a big play right there. And not only did the Commanders get a stop on third down, they force him into a turnover. And keep him off the scoreboard. But we wait for them to come back from commercial here. Game's still scoreless. And the Commanders will take over for their second possession on their own 7-yard line. Likely without Laremy Tunsil, at least for now. He's questionable to return with a hamstring injury. So we wait for them to come back from commercial here. 5:35 to go in the first quarter. Mahomes with just one completion on that opening drive for 27 yards. That was the 27-yard play to Worthy. But we still wait for them to come back from commercial here. Hold on one second. Alright. They're back from commercial here. The Mariota and the offense take over at their own 7-yard line. Laremy Tunsil not in for the Commanders. And they're going to hand it off right here. Not much space, though. Just a yard or two. So 2nd and 6. They give him 4 on the first down run. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Mariota under center. And on toss it here, Krosky Merritt is going to power his way ahead for another 4 yards. Brings up 3rd and 2. Commanders with a couple of third down conversions on their first drive. See if they can do it again here. Hey, how's it going? Brandon Coleman, second-year player out of TCU, currently in a left tackle for the Commanders, with no Laremy Tunsil. With 3rd and 2, Mariota empty backfield, they bring Debo in motion. And Mariota going to look to throw here. Mariota pressured, rolls right, and on the run throws, and it's caught for a first down. Space after the catch as well. Jeremy McNichols up to the 40-yard line. And a nice catch and run, and a first down for the Commanders. But a big play right there on 3rd and short. And the running back, Jeremy McNichols, with a nice play. So a first down from the 39 after the catch and run. Mariota in the pistol. Back behind him. And play action here. Mariota rolls right. Gets pressured. Mariota escapes a sack. Now throws towards the sideline. And that one looks like it's going to be caught by McCaffrey. Wow, what a catch along the sideline. Yeah, that's a catch. Wow, what a catch right there along the sideline by Luke McCaffrey, just keeping his feet in bounds. Back-to-back nice plays right there for the Commanders. Gain of 15 there. Here's another throw, this one to the outside quickly for Zach Ertz. And he's not going to bounds after getting about 4. But a good-looking drive so far for the Commanders. Second and 6 here. About 2.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Game still scoreless. Zach Ertz, second among all active tight ends in catches, yards, and touchdowns. Probably behind Kelsey and all of them, I would assume. Here's the handoff. Left side, not much space this time. Only about 2 or 3 yards for Chris Rodriguez, the third-year back, I believe, out of Kentucky. Third and 3 here for the Commanders. Mariota in shotgun, back to his right. Mariota going to look to throw. Pressured, steps up, and Mariota runs on his lineman and is dropped for a sack. George Karlaftis trips him up, and it's 4th down for the Commanders. So it's now 4th and 6. And a decision here for the Commanders. You could go for it. You could kick a long field goal. Probably wouldn't punt from here. But the Commanders are going to keep the offense out there and go for it. On 4th and 6 from the 40. Mariota in shotgun, back to his left. Play clock at 5. They will snap it. Mariota looks to throw. Has time. Throws. It is caught at the sticks. First down, Commanders. Zach Ertz makes the catch and moves the sticks on 4th down. And the Commanders already with several first downs today. The Chiefs only got 3 first downs all last week in their dominant defensive game against the Raiders, not allowing a point. Looks like we're going to get a measurement here or something. With 55 seconds left in the first quarter. Yeah, this is a first down. He's got to get to the 34. His knee goes down when the ball is at the 34-yard line. This is the first down for the Commanders. It was called a first down on the field, so obviously there's got to be enough to overturn it. But I think I don't really think there's enough. Oh, interesting. The ball's actually short on the field. Alright, here's a virtual measurement. And it is... Oh, it's short. Wow. He's 5 inches short. The virtual measurement says he's short. Wow. I did not think he was short right there. But the virtual measurement right there says he's short, and the Chiefs take over with 55 seconds left in the first quarter. But the Commanders already 5 first downs in this game. That is more than the Chiefs gave up all of last week, only allowing 3. The Commanders already 97 total yards as well. I believe the Chiefs only allowed 95 last week against the Raiders. Let's see here. Yeah, they had 95 total yards, 3 first downs, and the Raiders ran just 30 plays, which they showed before was actually the second fewest in NFL games since 1950. And that's crazy. But we wait for them to come back from commercial here as they actually ruled Ertz short after the review. Wait in the first quarter here. But we wait for them to come back from commercial here. Be sure to vote in the poll if you guys have not already done so. So far, the Chiefs win the poll 75%, and 25% of you guys said the Commanders will win. I'd agree. I took the Chiefs 26-13. But we still wait for them to come back from commercial. Alright, now they're back. They actually put a couple seconds back in the clock, so up to 1:01 to go in the first quarter. But still only going to be a couple plays. Mahomes rolls right, now throws back to the left, setting up the screen for Rice. He's got nowhere to go. Great job by the Commanders' defense, sniffing it out. Gaining losing 3 on the play. It brings up 2nd and 14. They're actually going to say he lost 4. The Chiefs, they throw screens on 15% of their pass attempts. Second highest in the NFL. The Commanders might actually be highest. They throw a lot of screens. So 2nd and 14 here. Mahomes looks to throw. Mahomes throws over the middle. That's caught by Rice. And he'll pick up about 10. Make it 3rd and 4. But that is also going to bring us to the second quarter. So they're actually going to spot it as a 3rd and 3 for the Chiefs in the first play of the second quarter. And the Chiefs will have it with the game still scoreless. It's going to be on their own 41. But 10 yards right there. So it is a 3rd and 4, or 3rd and 3 as they marked it on the field, or on the broadcast, for the Chiefs. But we wait for them to come back from commercial, entering the second quarter. Some numbers from the first quarter. Commanders 97 yards, Chiefs 48. Commanders had it for nearly 10 minutes, Chiefs 508. Commanders good on 3rd down so far, 3 for 4. Chiefs 0 for 2. Both teams threw a pick. And overall, pretty similar. Marcus Mariota 7 of 8, 71 yards, and an interception. Also ran it twice for 10 yards. Mahomes 3 of 6, 33 yards, and an interception. He ran it once for 9 yards. But overall, a very similar first quarter for both sides. But we wait for them to come back from commercial. Again, be sure to vote in the poll if you guys have not already done so. 80% of you guys said the Chiefs, 20% have said the Commanders. Alright. Now they're back from commercial. Commanders, they've thrown a pick and turned it over on downs on their first 2 drives. So it's 3rd down for the Chiefs. Entering the second quarter. The game's still scoreless. Chiefs with football on their own 41. Mahomes will look to throw here on 3rd down. Throw underneath. That is caught for a first down. Juju Smith-Schuster makes the catch. Got 6, and the Chiefs move the sticks. But it's the first 3rd down conversion of the day for the Chiefs. And they move the sticks to the 46-yard line. Mahomes rolls left here. Mahomes still on the run. And he's just going to run it here himself before he's forced to bounce by Bobby Wagner. Going to pick up about 7. But a good pickup right there on the scramble from Mahomes. We're going to mark it 7 yards. Mahomes in shotgun here, Pacheco to his left. And Mahomes, quick throw outside, caught by Kelce. But he's chopped down right there. Could have been a little bit better of a throw from Mahomes. Not forcing Kelce to make the guy miss right away, as he practically caught it. But a nice tackle in space by number 39, Reeves. And it's 3rd and 4 here for the Chiefs. That's also a big tackle right there for the Commanders, because Kelce's got a lot of space if he's able to make Reeves miss or break the tackle. But a 3rd and 4 from the Commander 48. Mahomes in shotgun back to his left. Worthy goes across the formation. Mahomes looks to throw. Throws over the middle, off the hands, up in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Bobby Wagner. And to return to the 41-yard line. 2 drives, 2 interceptions for Patrick Mahomes. This one goes off the hands of Travis Kelce. And it gets intercepted by Bobby Wagner. Wow. This game sure has gotten off to an interesting start. We've now seen both teams throw a pick after it's gotten tipped off the hands of the intended receiver. And now the Commanders take over the football with good field position on their own 42-yard line. Mahomes, 2 interceptions on 2 drives. And he had 2 interceptions on the season coming into today's game. Now he's got 2 today. I mean, I don't really think you can really pin either one of them directly on him. Definitely not that one. He hit Kelce right in the hands, and he just doesn't catch the ball. And I mean, even the first one, it was not a terrible throw, just a nice defensive play. But Mahomes coming into the week, he had an interception rate of 0.8, which is the best of his career. through a full season, the best in his career is 1%. He threw 5 receptions in 2019, 6 in 2020. But Mahomes 2 interceptions already today, after throwing 2 all year coming into today. But we wait for them to come back from commercial here after the interception. They just got back right as I said that. We got 13 minutes to go in the first half. The Commanders take over the football on their own 41. Mariota in the pistol. Off play action here, throws downfield. Wide open receiver is tight end Bates, and he gets it from 141 to the other 39. And a nice catch and run there for the Commanders. John Bates was his 3rd catch of the year. And a nice pickup right there. Commanders getting the ball quickly. And this time, Mariota can keep it on the option, get to the outside, and he's out of bounds after 8, maybe 9. Back-to-back good plays to start the drive. Commanders put together a pretty good drive last drive before they turned it over on downs. And by the way, still no Laramie Tunsil at left tackle. Coleman's still in there. It was 2nd and 2 from the 29. Mariota in shotgun, back to his left. And here's a throw to the outside low, but caught by Debo. But he's got nowhere to go. And he's taking that pretty much at the line of scrimmage. So it's 3rd and 2 here. Ball on the 40. Mariota in shotgun, back to his left. And Mariota going to look to throw here. Throw to the outside. That is a high throw caught by Ertz, but he's going to be a little bit short. A nice tackle right there. Keeps him short of the sticks. And another decision here for the Commanders. That was Ertz who made the catch. But he was unable to turn upfield. And again, the Commanders are going to keep the offense out there and go for it. 4th and 1. They just failed a 4th down on their last drive. Chiefs bring a blitz. Mariota launches one that is incomplete. I don't know where he was throwing that. Terry McLaurin was the nearest receiver, but he was like overthrown by like 15 yards. And the Chiefs defense forced another turnover on downs. Looks like Mariota and McLaurin weren't on the same page, and he just had to get rid of it because the blitz was coming. But that's now back-to-back turnovers on downs for the Commanders. To go with an interception, while the Chiefs, they've thrown 2 picks. But we wait for them to come back from commercial. What has been a wild first half so far. Again, be sure to vote in the poll if you guys have not already done so. 83% of you guys said the Chiefs will win. 17% have said the Commanders. I would agree with the majority right there. I took the Chiefs. The Chiefs take over the football. Marked on their own 28-yard line. Marcus Mariota just 2 incompletions today. That throw on 4th down, and the one that bounced off Deebo Samuel's hand and was picked off. I mean, he hasn't been that bad. Alright, they're back from commercial here on their own 28-yard line. They start handoff Pacheco up the middle, and he's got about 3 or 4 yards. Not a whole ton of space to run the football. Like 2nd and 6. Pacheco, he had a great rookie year, but he hasn't been quite as good since. I mean, he's been solid, but not quite as good. So 2nd and 6 here. Mahomes in shotgun. Pacheco to his right. Game still scoreless. 9:45 to go in the first half. Mahomes delayed handoff. Pacheco up the middle. And he's taken down by Bobby Wagner after another 4 yards. So 3rd and 2. Mahomes tonight, 5 of 9, 37 yards, 2 interceptions. They bring Brashard Smith in motion. And Mahomes quick throw. This one's caught by Kelce for a 1st down. He swung down at the 48-yard line. And they move the sticks on 3rd down. Kelce makes sure he catches this one. And a 1st down for the Chiefs. Something I just thought of. Half of Patrick Mahomes' interceptions this year have bounced off Travis Kelce's hands. The one tonight, and he also had the one at the goal line against the Eagles in week 2 or 3, whatever that was. That got picked off. That's kind of crazy. Mahomes looks to throw here on 1st down all kinds of time. Throws one downfield. There's Kelce again inside the 30 to the 22-yard line. Mahomes lots of time to throw. Kelce comes wide open. And a big play for the Chiefs. I mean, he had all day to throw that football. But the Chiefs with the ball on the 22-yard line after a big play. And they're going to go to the ground here. Pacheco up the middle. And Pacheco going to pick up about 6. Another good run. It brings up 2nd and 4. Halfway through the 2nd quarter. 7.5 to go. So this is an interesting formation. They run a triple option. How about that? They just run a triple option, like out of like a formation you'll see from like Army or Navy. Wow, that's not something you see every day. It ended up being a flip to Brashard Smith, and it's 3rd and 1. That was an interesting one. So So 3rd and 1 here. After he ended up just short. Kareem Hunt is the back, standing to the right of Mahomes. 3 receivers to the left side. They're going to hand it off. Hunt straight ahead. Hunt first down. To the 8-yard line, pick up a 5. And the Chiefs move the chains. So 1st and goal here. 6:10 to go in the first half. Mahomes? No, this is going to be Rice taking the direct snap. He runs an option with Worthy, and Rice powers ahead, reaches the ball across, and he's in. Touchdown, Chiefs. Another creative play call from Andy Reid. How about that? It's the 3rd touchdown for Rashee Rice in 2 games. Oh, actually, I think he's a little short. When his elbow is down, the ball is like a foot short. That one's going to come back. But another nice play for the Chiefs. So it should be 2nd and goal from the 1. Or inside the 1, but still a nice play. They ran a direct snap to Rashee Rice, lined Worthy up in the backfield next to him. I don't even know where Mahomes was. And they ran an option with the 2. Those are 2 nice plays between the triple option a couple plays ago, and then the Wildcat right there. So 2nd and goal, so they do officially mark him short. 5:55 to go in the first half. So we've got Mahomes in shotgun here. Kareem Hunt at the back line to his right. They like him in short yardage situations here. The ball's like a foot short of the goal line. So Mahomes in shotgun back to his right. They bring Worthy in motion. And Mahomes handed off. Hunt! Touchdown, Chiefs! This time he's in. Kareem Hunt gets the game's first points. And the Chiefs with the touchdown. The 1-yard touchdown for Kareem Hunt. And they score the game's first points with 5:46 to go in the first half. It's a 9-play, 72-yard drive to take 4:38 off the clock. A nice drive right there for the Chiefs. And Harrison Butker for the extra point. Puts it through. But a good drive. Chiefs finally able to finish the drive and don't throw a pick. And a nice drive there for the Chiefs. They put the ball in the end zone for the first time. A 1-yard touchdown run for Kareem Hunt. And the Chiefs lead 7-0 with 5:46 to go in the first half. But a nice drive right there. 9 plays, 72 yards. Took 4:39 off the clock. And I mean, all the drives for these teams have been pretty good. This was obviously the best because it's one that got points. But the Commanders, they've moved the ball effectively. Just turned it over on downs twice and thrown a pick. And the Chiefs' first 2 drives, they moved the ball effectively as well. just through interceptions as well. But we still wait for them to come back from commercial. Chiefs obviously up 7-0. So they're back from commercial. Commanders gonna get the football back, trailing by 7. Commanders defensive tackle Johnny Newton questionable to return tonight with an ankle injury. Let's hope he's okay. Here's a good return for the Commanders, getting out to the 35-yard line. That's a nice return there, and let's see if the Commanders can build on that offensively. So 1st and 10 here from the 34-yard line. Mariota, hands off, and no space for Ja'Cory Krosky-Murray, also known as Bill, and he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. By the way, Commanders left tackle Laremy Tunsil was questionable with a hamstring injury. He's back in the game here. Mariota throws outside. That's caught by one of the tight ends, and he's taken down at the 44-yard line. Nice catch and run inside Chiefs territory. Number 82 right there. I believe that's Ben Sinnott. Or Sinnott, whatever his name is. Got a nice block from Debo as well. So 1st and 10 from inside Chiefs territory on the 44-yard line. Mariota in shotgun. Hands off. Krosky-Murray left side. Only about 2 yards. If he even got that much. So 2nd and 9. Mariota fakes the toss right. And Mariota gets pressure. Almost lost the football. Still on his feet though. And Mariota now going to try to run. And he's out of bounds after getting about 4. Turned a not looking great play into a pretty solid pickup. About 4 yards. Karlaftis tried to swab the football, but he's able to pull it away just in time. And he breaks a sack. And he's able to pick up 4 in the scramble. So here is a 3rd and 5 from the 40. Mariota in shotgun back to his right. Could be 4 down territory. Probably is. Chiefs bring 4. Mariota has time. Steps up. Mariota throws underneath. Caught Open receivers on McNichols inside the 30, takes it to the 26-yard line before he's forced out of bounds. And another nice catch and run. That's the second throw and catch to Jeremy McNichols on third down. And a nice pickup. Looks like they had a spy on Mariota in case he decided to get outside the pocket. But he stays in the pocket there. And we find McNichols. Two catches, 42 yards for him, 32 of them after the catch. Mariota keeps it on the option here, trying to get to the outside. Tries to hurdle a guy. That doesn't work. And he's forced out of bounds. After probably no gain, maybe lost a yard. Not every day I see a quarterback try to hurdle somebody. I actually don't know if I've ever seen a quarterback successfully hurdle someone. So it's actually 2nd and 10 here. They mark it no gain. And it also brings us to the 2-minute warning here in the first half. So it'll be a 2nd down for the Commanders. Hold on 1 second. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. How's the game been? Alright. A lot of turnovers. Mahomes has thrown 2 picks. Commanders, they've also thrown a pick. But pretty good. I mean, not like the greatest game of all time, but hasn't been that boring either. It's been some action. But we still wait for them to come back from commercial at the 2-minute warning here in the first half. You don't have to rely on Mahomes this week. Well, that's good. I'm relying on Isaiah Pacheco to not get 10 points. He's got 1.7 right now. Need that total to stay low. 2nd and 10 here for the Commanders on the 21-yard line. Mariota going to set up the screen here. Jeremy McNichols to the outside. He's got some space. And close to a first down. Minute 50 to go in the first half. Looks like they're going to mark him about a yard short. So it'll be 3rd and 1. Clock is running. Watching the World Series. I haven't really watched much. I've seen clips like on Twitter and stuff, but I haven't really watched the game at all. The clock stops minute 26 here. Oh, they're going to review this right here to see if he got the first down. It looks like he might have it. Let's see. I don't know. I think he might have it. He goes down like there. Yeah, I think he's got it. Yeah, so after they do give him the first down, I also just realized I've got the ball on the Chiefs. That's not right. Commander football. So minute 26 to go in the first half. Now, what's going to happen to the clock here? Because the clock was running when they reviewed it. So it should just start on the ready for play, right? That's what would make sense. Commanders, second best red zone team in the NFL. 78%. They're second best in the NFL. Alright, let's see. 154. They're going to add a lot of time back on the clock. Here's a rule I really don't like. If they review something with a running clock, it becomes a 10-second runoff. I don't like that rule at all. I don't remember if I was watching the NFL or watching college last week. I don't remember which I was watching. But I saw that rule come into play as well. And that is so dumb. If you review something, there becomes a 10-second runoff if the clock is running inside 2 minutes. Like, I understand it, but I just don't think it makes sense. Like, the runoff on like an intentional grounding or a false start with the running clock, that makes sense. But after a review, it doesn't make any sense at all. So it's a 1st and 10 here from just outside the 10-yard line. Mariota in shotgun here. And it's design quarterback run on the left side. He's got nowhere to go, taking down at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd and 10. The clock is continuing to run down to a minute 15 to go. Ball now on the 11-yard line. Mariota pump fakes the screen. And now gets pressured. Backpedaling, Mariota almost got sacked. Rolls to his right, now throws towards the end zone. That pass incomplete. Was caught by Deebo Samuel, but he was out of bounds. Just in front of the goal line, and it brings up 3rd and 10. Minute 4 to go. Yeah, I think he was out of bounds. Let's see here. He controls the ball. I don't know when he controls the. Well, he didn't even survive the ground, so that's probably incomplete. 3rd and 10 here, minute 4 to go. Mariota to throw. Mariota has plenty of time. Throws one towards the sideline. That pass incomplete. McLaurin couldn't get the feet down, and it's 4th down. Mariota put a lot of air under that pass. Oh, that one's tight. He makes the catch, but his left foot might be start to come up. He controls it right there. Oh man, that's close. So the catch happens. They're saying there. I don't think it happens until he like firmly secures it against his body. They think it happens like when it pretty much hits his 2 hands. I think it happens when he more pins it against his body. That's close. It really depends on where he gets possession. Because if it's what Joe Buck and Troy Aikman are saying, then he's got 2 feet down, and it's a touchdown. But if it's more like when it seems like he's got it like up against his body and like doesn't just hit his hands. Just think like an over-the-shoulder catch, it hits your hands like you bring it back to your body. It's like just when it hits your hands and you catch the ball, I don't really think you control it until you actually bring it back to your body. Hold on 1 second. Alright, but we still wait for them to come back from commercial. I believe they're reviewing it. So it'll... It's gonna be close, but I'm interested to see what they call here. Alright, here we go. He controls it, I say right there. That is very close. They're to say touchdown, okay. So it's a touchdown for the Commanders. I mean, it's possible that his foot was down as well. It's just hard to get a good angle for it, but I mean... Probably a pretty good call right there. And here's the extra point. And it is good. So it's 7-7. As the Commanders tied up, touchdown catch for Terry McLaurin in his first game back. And the Commanders tied up before halftime. But the Chiefs will have 58 seconds and a timeout. They'll have plenty of time to work with to try to put a drive together. But Terry McLaurin, it's his first game back after missing the last 4 with a quad injury. And he makes the touchdown catch. And Mariota, he put a ton of air under that throw. So good job by McLaurin to kind of pace his route to get there and not get to the sideline too far or too fast. So the kick is away. It's going to be bounced at about the 13, fielded at the 10. And on the return, here's the returner getting to the outside of the 27, flag down, with 53 seconds left in the first half. But the Chiefs, they're going to have some time. They might be backed up a little bit here. And they will be backed up. Because it's a 10-yard penalty from the previous spot, or from the spot of the foul. They call a hold on the kick return. So the Chiefs will be starting at their own 15? Yeah, 15-yard line. Well, I mean, still, they got 53 seconds in a timeout. Plus, Harrison Butker's got a pretty big leg, so you got plenty of time to try to at least get into field goal range. Mahomes looks to throw here. Mahomes steps up, going to try to run. Mahomes breaks a tackle, has a first down, and slides at the 29-yard line. A great start to the drive. Nice, about 14, 15 yards. And Chiefs going to go fast here. 35 seconds, clock running. Ball on the 30. Mahomes looks to throw. Mahomes steps up. Mahomes throws underneath. That is caught by Kelce, taken down inbounds. He's going to be close to a first down. Clock stopped. 24 seconds left. As the Chiefs, they call a timeout. So that's their third and final timeout. It's a big tackle to keep Kelce in bounds. I mean, it's just pretty good coverage. Defender's in a good position to make a tackle. That's why Kelce's taking down inbounds. Kelce's caught 91% of his targets since week 4. That's his second highest in the NFL. Minimum of 20 targets. That is a very random stat. Since week 4? Why did you be specific with week 4? Because he dropped like everything in the first 3 weeks. So first and 10 here, 24 seconds left. Mahomes and shotgun back to his left. Commanders bring 4. Mahomes pressured, gets hit as he throws incomplete. Towards the sideline. Brings up second and 10 with 18 seconds to go. Looks like Mahomes had his arm hit as he threw that. Actually, it wasn't as he threw it, just wasn't able to follow through with the defender right there in his face. So it's second and 10 here, 18 seconds left in the first half. Mahomes looks to throw, has time. Steps up, throws downfield, knocked away. Incomplete, looking for Xavier Worthy, and it brings up third and 10 with 12 seconds to go. Trey Amos, the rookie from Ole Miss, with a nice play right there. So second and 10. Chiefs are 3 for 3 on the last 3 third downs. Mahomes to throw here. Mahomes slides left. Wanted to throw it really deep. Now he throws lefty. That should be grounding. That ball did not reach the line of scrimmage. That should be intentional grounding, and that should bring us to halftime. He tried to throw it left-handed, which didn't really work. Let's see where he wants to go when he tries to throw really deep. Just didn't have the time. I don't even see where he was going with that. So it is intentional grounding. Comes with a 10-second runoff, so the first half is over. So the first half ends 7-7. Commanders and Chiefs are tied, and the Chiefs get the football to start the second half. But a very interesting first half, despite it only being 7-7. The Chiefs are 95-22 when scoring first since 2013. Best record in the NFL since that time. When scoring first, that is. But game tied at 7 at the half. The Well, it's 7-7 at the half. I'm gonna go take a quick break, fill my water, use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Alright. What's going on, everybody? I'm back. 7-7. Game tied at halftime. Sorry, they kind of took a while. Talking to my dad a little bit when I went upstairs. But at 7-7, we got 5:45 until the second half begins. And a very interesting first half. Lots of turnovers. We saw 3 interceptions, 2 from Mahomes, 1 from Mariota. We also saw some turnovers on downs. The Commanders did that twice. But overall, a solid first half. The game tied at 7. Chiefs get the football to start the second half. But as far as an updated score prediction goes, I originally said the Chiefs 26-13. I definitely think it's going to be a little bit closer than that. But let's go. Let's go. I'm going to stick with the Chiefs. I just think they're going to be the better team in the second half. I trust them a little bit more. But let's go with the Chiefs. And as far as the score goes, we'll say Chiefs. Let's see. We'll give them a touchdown. That put them at 14. Field goal puts them 17. Another field goal puts them to 20. 21, 24. Let's go 24. I know my math didn't completely add up right there. Well, let's go Chiefs 24. Well, let's go 24-17 Chiefs. But I mean, this is still definitely a game that could go either way. I mean, the Commander, they really haven't been as bad as I thought they'd be. They've moved the football. They've gotten a little unlucky when it comes to turnovers on downs and stuff. Obviously, the interception was not their fault at all. Well, it was Debo's fault. Nobody else is at fault for that. Like, Mariota didn't make a bad throw. That was a good throw, just right off his hands and through his face mask. Or threw his hands off his face mask. But, I mean, the Commanders, they have not looked that bad. The defense playing pretty well. Although, I mean, they have allowed the Chiefs to move the football, which could be a problem. Because technically you could say they've gotten a little lucky when it comes to the Chiefs not being able to really capitalize on their drives, and that one interception that Mahomes threw was pure luck from a Commander's perspective, but I mean, still a game that can definitely go either way. Alright. But going over some stats from the first half. Second half starts in like 2 minutes. But Marcus Mariota played pretty well. 14 of 17, 155 yards, touchdown, and interception. He got sacked 1 time. Also leads the Commanders in rushing, 6 carries for 22 yards. And then on the ground for the Commanders, Jaworski, Corey Merritt, 7 carries, 18 yards, and Chris Rodriguez Jr., 1 for 2. And receiving, McNichols, 3 for 52. Most of those yards come after the catch. Luke McCaffrey's 2 for 26. John Bates, 1 for 22. Same thing, Ben Sinnott, the other tight end. Terry McLaurin, 1 for 11 yards and a touchdown. Zach Ertz, 3 for 11. Same thing for Deebo Samuel, also 3 for 11. Then for the Chiefs, Mahomes is 8 of 15 for 89 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Got sacked once. Then on the ground for the Chiefs, Mahomes is also their leading rusher. Now, how about that? Both quarterbacks, the team's leading rusher. Mahomes has 3 carries for 31 yards. Pacheco, 4 for 17. Kareem Hunt, 3 for 11 and a touchdown. Rashee Rice, 1 for 7. Rashard Smith, 2 for 4. Then receiving for the Chiefs, Kelsey, 4 for 51. Worthy, 1 for 27. Rice, 2 for 6. Juju Smith-Schuster 1 for 5, and Hollywood Brown 1 target, but didn't catch it. And then the team stats from the first half: 10 first downs for the Commanders, 9 for the Chiefs. Commanders also great on third down. They were 5 of 7. Chiefs 3 of 7. Commanders not great on third down or fourth down though. They're 0 for 2. Chiefs 1 for 1. Commanders a little bit better in terms of total yards, 194 to 156. Commanders also averaging 6.1 yards per play compared to the Chiefs 5.4. Commanders more passing yards, Chiefs more rushing yards. The Chiefs 1 touchdown and 1 red zone trips. The Commanders are 1 for 2. No first half penalties for the Commanders. 2 penalties, 20 yards against the Chiefs. 2 turnovers for the Chiefs in the first half, 1 for the Commanders. And time possession 17-14 for Washington, 12-46 for the Chiefs. But we start the second half here. The Chiefs are going to get the football. And we'll have to see what they can do. Because they've moved the ball fairly effectively. And we'll have to see what they can do here to start the second half. But the kickoff is returned here across the 20. Breaks the tackle across the 30. And he swung down at the 33. Nice return right there for the Chiefs. Although we got a flag down. That has been a problem for the Chiefs this year. Special teams penalties. They've had a lot of those. I remember streaming the game against the Jaguars. They had a ton of those in that game. I think 4. This is going to be their second, from what I can recall, against the Chiefs. Another hold. But the Chiefs take over, or have the first possession of the second half here. Game tied at 7. And I'm checking my fantasy matchup right now. I am still up, but I need Pacheco to stay quiet. He's had just 17 yards so far. If he gets another 8 points, I lose. So really need Commanders' defense to continue to shut him down. I also left Terry McLaurin on the bench. I don't know if that was a smart decision, or if that wasn't a smart decision. He's got 1 catch right now. He did have a touchdown, so we'll see how that ends up playing out. Hopefully made the right decision. 1st and 10 here from the 20. Mahomes swing pass for Rice. And Rice on the outside gets a block, gains 5. So it's a 2nd and 5 here. Mahomes in shotgun, Pacheco to his left. Play clock winding down. They'll get the play off. Mahomes to throw. Steps up. Throws downfield. Tip, but almost caught. Noah Gray almost able to make the catch. A flag is down. It's going to be a late hit. Wagner tipped it. Ended up behind Gray, who still probably could have caught that. I mean, definitely could have caught it, but probably should have. Well, I mean, you can't fully blame him. And then we've got a personal foul, unnecessary roughness, that goes against the Commanders because of the hit after the play. Although, I mean, that's a tough play for a safety right there. You think he's going to make the play. He starts to make the catch. And then Martin's right there to deliver the hit, which... I don't know. I mean, that's a tough play for a defender. I don't love the call. Mahomes off play action. Finds Gray in the flat here. And Gray dragged down after getting about 9. Good catch and run on 1st down. Wagner makes the tackle. Mahomes 9 of 16, 98 yards, 2 interceptions. They bring Worthy across the formation, and Mahomes hands off Pacheco up the middle, and Isaiah Pacheco runs his way. Oh my, he just got picked up by half the defense. But Pacheco could have picked up about 5. It is so funny watching him run. That also might be the first time I've ever seen somebody just get completely lifted off the ground like that. By the way, left tackle for the Commanders, Laremy Tunsil, is now out for the rest of the game. Was originally questionable, tried to come back, but wasn't really able to go. And he's now out for the game. Mahomes off play action here. Looks to throw plenty of time, like all kinds of time. And he'll check down to Kelce in the flat. And wow, he's got a lot of space after the catch. Kelce inside the 20, chopped down at the 11-yard line. Big catch and run for Travis Kelce. He had so much space after that catch. And a first down for the Chiefs. Because, I mean, Kelce's originally blocking right here, and he just starts standing around. And the defense completely forgets about him. He literally has 30 yards of green grass right ahead of him. Kelce now 89 yards on 5 catches. Here's a first and goal from the 9. Mahomes hands off Pacheco up the middle. And Pacheco taking down after gain of a yard. Definitely don't want to see him in the end zone. Obviously, I know I've said this before, but I can't let him get more fantasy points. So it's second and goal here. Mahomes in shotgun. Actually, I don't know. They haven't come out of the huddle yet. That was dumb of me to say. So it's a second and goal, 11:20 to go in the third quarter. They bring Worthy across the formation. And Mahomes looks to throw here. Throws to Rice in the flat. Rice stiff arms the guy. Lunges towards the end zone. Hits the pylon. And he is out of bounds. The one official was ready to say he's in. But the other official says he steps out short. Yeah, and he does. Out of bounds. As long as his foot is down. It's hard to see if he's on the ground right there. So it'll be third and goal from the 1 for the Chiefs. Actually, the 2. So Mahomes in shotgun. A look to throw. Mahomes pump fakes. Now gets pressure. Rolls right. Mahomes on the run. Flag flies. Back of the end zone incomplete. Looking for Worthy. We got 2 flags down. One looks like it might be holding against the Chiefs. The other looks like it might be holding against the Commanders. That one's in the end zone. Yeah, we got fouls by both teams. Holds against both teams. The foul's offset. It'll be replay third down. Man, the Juwan Taylor signing for the Chiefs a few years ago just hasn't been that good. He was great in Jacksonville his last year. And then the Chiefs, they give him a big contract, and he's just not been good. I mean, he hasn't been the worst player of all time, but with how much they're paying him, you'd expect a lot better from right tackle. Third and goal. Mahomes in shotgun back to his right. Worthy goes in motion. And Mahomes, play action, back of the end zone. Gray never saw it, and it's incomplete. So it brings up fourth and goal, and a decision here for Andy Reid. Little RPO right there for the Chiefs. So 4th and goal off the incompletion. Offense out in the field, going to go for it. Brown goes in motion. Mahomes going to look to throw. Mahomes steps up, rolls right. Mahomes looks to throw. End zone, touchdown! Kareem Hunt, a receiving touchdown. He gets his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Chiefs take the lead, 13-7. A 2-yard touchdown catch for Kareem Hunt on 4th down. And the Chiefs take the opening kick of the 3rd quarter, go right down the field, and take the lead for the 2nd time. Just a nice play from Mahomes and Hunt. An 8-play, 80-yard drive takes 4:48 off the clock. And the extra point is good. 14-7. Chiefs lead. And a nice drive there for the Chiefs. Able to take the lead. And it's now 14-7. But it was a good drive right there. Hold on 1 second. Alright. But we wait for them to come back from commercial here. Commanders can get the football for their first possession here in half number 2. The Commanders going to get the football. The Chiefs, it's their 6th game of the year, with a touchdown on the opening drive of the 2nd half. That's pretty good, considering they've only played 7, or now in this case 8 games. The Butker kicks off, and this kick is muffed. Gonna go out of bounds. Oh, that is not good. It goes out of bounds at the 2-yard line. The Commanders are backed up really deep inside their own territory. The kick got muffed. And then after that, it bounced out of bounds. I mean, the returner looked like he was kind of wet up on it. He let it go out of bounds. Like, he knew what happened, but he didn't look like he really made sure he prevented it from going out of bounds. But, I mean, there's also not a whole ton he's going to do about that in that situation. He's going to pick up the ball, and he's going to have 5 defenders staring at him, ready to tackle him. But the Commanders backed up deep inside their own territory. They start at the 1.5-yard line. Mariota in the pistol. Krosky Merritt is the back. And he gets the handoff here straight up the middle. Gain of just 2. something interesting, the Commanders really haven't run the ball that much. This is a run game, one of the best in the NFL, and they have not run it effectively. Or not even effectively. They haven't even run it at all. Like, just not trying to run the football. A lot of pass plays for the Commanders. Which really doesn't make sense, especially with your backup quarterback. So 2nd and 8 from the 4. Mariota play action here from the end zone. Throws over the middle, wide open receiver McLaurin. The 22-yard line, first down, Commanders. That works, gets them some breathing room, and moves the sticks. 9:20 to go in the third quarter. So 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. Mariota delayed handoff. Krosky Merritt up the middle, 5 yards. Terry McLaurin for the Commanders signed an extension before halftime. Wow, if he signed it before halftime, that'd be pretty impressive. But he's got 5 straight 1,000-yard seasons, 13 touchdowns last year, was 2nd in the NFL. And he signed an extension before the season started. Missed most of training camp, actually. Here's a high throw from Mariota, incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 5. But of course, the 1 year I have Terry McLaurin in fantasy, he's not as good. I think this guy's got 1,000 yards like every year. Him and Mike Evans, I think they've got 1,000 yards every year. That should be pretty consistent production. And at the very least, that's an average of like 65 yards a game. So that's at least 6.5 points. Plus, figure they got 5 catches. So you're talking at least like 11, 12 points right there per game. And they both miss time. Now Mike Evans out for most of the year. With 3rd and 5, here comes a blitz. Mariota has time. Throws almost intercepted. Off the hands of the receiver, then into the hands of the defender. Neither of them make the play, and it's 4th down. They're looking for Lane, the same guy who muffed the kickoff. Goes through his hands into the hands of the safety Cook, who just cannot catch it. The Chiefs will get the ball back after the punt. It's actually going to be the first punt of the day, even though this game's been fairly low scoring. There's been a lot of different ways we've seen the Chiefs trade possession. There's the team's trade possession. Here's the return for the Chiefs to the outside. And return to the 25-yard line. Pretty good return. And that is where the Chiefs will take over. 8:05 to go in the third quarter. But a good start to the second half for the Chiefs as they go right down the field and score a touchdown on their first drive offensively, and then defensively able to force a punt. Hold on 1 second. But we still wait for them to come back from commercial. A 7-point lead for the Chiefs. We still wait for them to come back. Alright, now they're back. 8:05 to go in the third quarter. 7-point lead for the Chiefs. Mahomes under center. Pacheco is the back from the 25-yard line. And here is the handoff to Pacheco to the right side. Pacheco's got some space. And he's out of bounds after pickup of 10. And going to be enough for a first down. Good run right there. Mahomes on that last drive was 4 of 5, 54 yards, and a touchdown. After throwing just 89 yards in the first half. And throwing 2 picks. But a great drive. And start to the second half for Mahomes and the Chiefs offense. So 1st and 10 here from the 35. Mahomes in shotgun. Mahomes gets pressured. Steps up. Throws over the middle. That's caught. Wide open receiver is Juju Smith-Schuster, and he's taken down at the Commander 42. Another first down for the Chiefs. Nice job by Mahomes right there. Looks like he was going to step up and run. He did step up. Didn't have to deliver a throw downfield for a first down. Two catches, 29 yards tonight for Juju. 1st and 10, handoff Kareem Hunt. And screen went black. Okay. No idea what he picked up. Alright, just a yard because it's 2nd and 9. So 2nd and 9 here. 6:13 to go in the third quarter. 7-point Chief lead. Noah Gray goes in motion. Mahomes looks to throw. Mahomes over the middle, caught by Rice. Oh, he fumbled! Rice fumbles, but he's going to get it back. So it'll stay Chiefs football. Definitely catch and fumble. Rice very lucky he's able to fall on that one. The Chiefs, they've fumbled 8 times this year, haven't lost a single one. Pretty impressive. So 1st and 10 here, Mahomes throws outside, caught, worthy, no gain, or very small gain. Got a yard or two, but a nice tackle in space made by Martin, and it's 2nd and long. Alright, they'll give Worthy 2 there on first down. Make it 2nd and 8, 5 minutes to go in the third. Chiefs 117 yards here in the third quarter. Commanders just 25. We got Mahomes in shotgun. Rice lined up in the backfield, standing to his right. Let's put Pacheco out as a receiver. Play clock winding down. And they just get the snap off. Mahomes finds Rice in the flat, who's got space after the catch. Rice inside the 20. Lowers the shoulder out of bounds at the 15. First down, Chiefs. About 8 yards on the catch and run. Rice, 5 catches, 36 yards so far today. Here's a throw to the outside for Worthy, and he's going to split defenders and gain 4. Brings up 2nd and 6. So 2nd and 6. Mahomes and shotgun back to his right. Mahomes looks to throw. Has time. Plenty of it. Now rolls right. Throws end zone. Call for a touchdown. Travis Kelce makes the catch. And the Chiefs, 2 touchdowns on 2 drives here in the second half. It's a 10-yard touchdown catch for Travis Kelce, and the Chiefs extend their lead. Hold on. Can't change this. There we go. But it's an 8-play, 75-yard drive, take 4:45 off the clock. And the Chiefs now up by 14 after a great start to the second half. It's actually the 100th career touchdown for Travis Kelce when you include the playoffs. Quite the milestone right there. But Kelce now 6 catches for 99 yards and a touchdown today. He's had a nice game. And Mahomes now over 200 yards passing, also 2 touchdowns. And the Chiefs now up by 14. And we'll have to see if the Commanders can respond. But a great start for the Chiefs. But we wait for them to come back from commercial. Another really good drive for the Chiefs right there. They've got 2 really nice ones here in the second half. 8 plays, 75 yards. Also, 8 plays, 80 yards. Touchdowns on both. And not including the drive where the Chiefs ended the half, they have now scored touchdowns on 3 straight. The offense starting to get going for the Chiefs. I mean, in this game, but also in the season. Like, they seem to be playing pretty well offensively. Really started to find their stride when Worthy came back. Now that they've got Rice back as well, offense starting to look good. But we're still waiting for them to come back from commercial here. So this kick goes into the end zone, like far into the end zone. And they're able to take a knee for a touchback and bring it down to 35. And after that catch, Kelsey is also now tied for the most career receiving touchdowns. Maybe even total touchdowns, I don't know. In Chiefs history, tied with Priest Holmes. With 83 touchdowns. There's a quick throw for Wayne, and he's taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No space. On the screen pass. So 2nd and 10 from the 35 after screen went nowhere on first down. Mariota play action. Throws the flat for McNichols. Why do I want to call him St. Nichols every time? McNichols. And a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 8. 2:25 to go in the third quarter. With 3rd and 8 here for the Commanders on their own 37-yard line. Mariota gonna take a shot down the sideline. That pass. Oh, did he catch that? Incomplete. No, he didn't catch the ball. I don't know. His knee might come down in bounds. So Terry McLaurin makes the catch. Knee down right there. That's a catch. Knee and elbow down in bounds. That's a catch. Yep, elbow down, knee down, both in bounds. That's a catch. I mean, this is a really good catch from Terry McLaurin. That is a great catch. It's also a big catch right there because that's on 3rd and 8. But the Commanders have challenged here. Minute 49 to go in the third quarter. I mean, this is a really good catch. I don't think Marcus Mariota knows it's going to be a catch. He's over sitting on the bench. So it is a catch, and it is a great one there for Terry McLaurin. So McLaurin now 3 catches for 54 yards and a touchdown after that one. 1st and 10 here from the 37 of the Chiefs. They flip this to Debo in the end around. Although he's got nowhere to go, taking down pretty much at the line of scrimmage. Well played by the Chiefs defense. So 2nd and 9. Mariota in shotgun, back to his right. And here is... Wow, that screen almost got picked off. They try to set the screen for Luke McCaffrey, but he's got nowhere to go and taking that at the line of scrimmage. That pass almost got either intercepted or at least knocked away, but McCaffrey does a good job just to catch that football. So 3rd and 11 could be the final play of the quarter. Commanders 6 of 9 on 3rd down. This is a 3rd and 11. Mariota looks to throw pressure very quickly. Mariota sacked. Back at the 49-yard line. He had no chance in that play. Mike Dana in the backfield, who had the interception before, is in the backfield right away. And that brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. That's also a huge sack. He knocks the Commanders out of field goal range as well. Now they might punt. And that is not great. Being down 2 scores and having to punt, most likely, on the first play of the 4th quarter. But we head to the 4th quarter. Chiefs lead this one 21-7. A great 3rd quarter. They outscore the Panthers 14. Sorry. Outscore the Commanders 14-0. I just saw something with the Panthers. And put a great 3rd quarter there for the Chiefs. And we'll see what the 4th quarter brings here. But we wait for them to come back from commercial here as we enter the final quarter of play. So the Commanders, they will punt here on the first play of the 4th. Chiefs will get it back. Their defense gets another stop. Well, they come after the punt. Don't block it, but they get some pressure on it. And a fair catch called to the 5-yard line. The Chiefs get backed up pretty deep inside their own territory. And we'll see what they can do here. Are you serious? They're at another commercial. They just went to commercial when the quarter ended, punted, and now they're at another full TV timeout. That's ridiculous. There's no way. We need to see another 2 minutes of commercials right now. That's terrible. Hold on 1 second. We still wait for them to come back from commercial. With the Chiefs now with the football on their own 5-yard line after the punt. Alright, they're finally back from commercial here. They show this sack here on 3rd down again from Mike Adana. And I mean, this is just terrible from the Commanders. They just completely don't block the guy. So definitely some kind of miscommunication between the quarterback and the offensive line. Might be the easiest sack Mike Dan has ever had. So 1st and 10 from the 6-yard line. Throw to the outside for Worthy. And Xavier Worthy. Oh, what a move. Worthy. Gonna pick up 9. Nice move to get around a guy. And almost 1st down. 9 yards for the Chiefs. So 2nd and 1. Mahomes hands off. Kareem Hunt up the middle. He's got space. 1st down out of the 26-yard line. Good pickup there for the Chiefs, and they move the sticks. Man, he had so much space to run right there. So 1st and 10 right here from the 26. Toss it to Rashard Smith left side. Smith makes the cut. And he's got 14 yards before he's thrown out of bounds. Oh, this one probably to come back. Flag is down. They're going to get Rashee Rice for a hold with 13:30 to go in the 4th quarter. Yeah, definitely hold. So 1st and 16, following the penalty. Mahomes looks to throw here. Pump fakes, steps up, and sacked. Mahomes taken down for a loss of a yard, able to get back to close to the line of scrimmage. But it still does bring up 2nd down and about 17 after a loss of a yard. So 2nd and long here. Good opportunity for the Commanders to potentially get the Chiefs offense off the field over the next couple plays. It's 2nd and 17 from their own 19-yard line. Mahomes in shotgun with Checo lined up to his right. Mahomes looks to throw. Rolls left. Mahomes is going to throw for a 1st down. Rise to the 44. And a nice completion right there. It's almost for the Commanders' defense having an opportunity to get off the field. Can't even get into the 3rd down. Now we got a flag down. This flag's going to be after the play. All right, so it's against Rashee Rice for taunting because he threw the ball and he ended up hitting the defender in the head. But I'm pretty sure he was just trying to throw it to the ref. So it backs him up 15, but the conversions is like they still get the first down because it was after the play. Bring Pacheco in motion, winds up to the left of Mahomes, standing the shotgun. Delayed handoff, Pacheco gets it here left side. Pacheco hit hard, stayed on his feet for a moment, but he's going to gain about 12, maybe 13 yards. Another first down for the Chiefs. Yeah, Rashee Rice is definitely trying to throw this ball to the ref. And he accidentally hits the defender in the head. There's no way that should be a penalty right there. Here's Pacheco again. This time not as much space, but he's going to fight his way forward for about 4 yards. So 2nd and 6. Mahomes steps up, dancing around, escapes the sack, then throws back across the field, caught by Noah Gray. What a play by Mahomes. I don't know how he was able to escape and get a throw back across the field and find an open receiver. And now we got another commander down on the play. Hopefully he's okay. But hopefully he's okay. But a great play made by Mahomes right there. Able to find Noah Gray for 15 yards, but a really good job to escape and keep escaping. And then eventually able to find Gray open in the middle of the field. Only Mahomes able to make that play. Maybe Josh Allen, but really nice play. So we wait for them to come back from commercial. Javon Kinlaw. Javon Kinlaw, the injured player. Hopefully he's okay. But we still wait for them to come back from commercial. Alright. So now they're back. So it's Kinlaw who's the injured player in his 6th year, former first-round pick with the 49ers. Hopefully he's okay. So 1st and 10 here. There's a handoff. Kareem Hunt up the middle, and Hunt would break free a little bit, gain about 9. Chiefs, they've run for 131 yards. It doesn't seem that way. They've run the ball pretty effectively, though. 2nd and 3. Mahomes in shotgun, back to his right. And we got a trick play here. Mahomes fakes the pitch to Worthy. Now throws it downfield, and he overthrew Noah Gray. Big opportunity right there. And it ends up being incomplete. They started off with Mahomes not wanted behind the center. He was wanted behind like the left guard or left tackle. Then they shifted. And then Mahomes rolled to his right. Well, they faked him pitching it underneath to Worthy, I believe it was. And tried to hit Gray. And Mahomes just threw it a little too far. 3rd and 3 here. Mahomes, low snap. Throw to Rice in the flat. And Rice picks up 1st down. Down the sideline he goes. Out of bounds at the 20. Next week on Monday night, we got the Cardinals and Cowboys. That's an interesting one. Cardinals, I believe, we're on a bye this week. Cowboys 3-4-1, lost yesterday to the Broncos. Well, that one should be pretty interesting. 1st and 10 from the 20. Mahomes hands off Pacheco straight ahead. And maybe only 2 yards there for Pacheco. The Commanders run 11 plays in the second half, have 2 first downs. The Chiefs, they've run 28 plays, have 14 first downs. They have more first downs than the Commanders run plays in the second half. So 2nd and 8, Mahomes looks to throw, steps up, pump fakes, and now throws underneath for Rice, and Rice with the touchdown. They have to turn upfield after he makes the catch, and Rashee Rice with an 18-yard touchdown catch, and the Chiefs extend their lead. Now 27-7. Mahomes throws his 3rd touchdown of the day. Rice with the receiving touchdown. And the Chiefs continue to dominate here in the second half. Another great drive. They with 13 plays, 94 yards. That takes 7:02 off the clock. Nearly half a quarter. And just like that, it's a 21-point game. This is also Mahomes' 46th career game with 3 touchdown passes, tied for most in the NFL in the first 9 years of his career, tied with Dan Marino. So it's 28-7. And the Chiefs, another touchdown drive right there. They continue to move the ball really effectively here in the second half. 7:52 to go in the 4th quarter. That was a 13.94-yard drive. And they've now scored touchdowns on 3 straight drives. Really 4 straight if you don't include the drive that ended the half. But a great second half, the Chiefs, especially offensively. But we wait for them to come back from commercial. But we wait for them to come back from commercial break. Give me 1 second. All right. They're back from commercial here. Buckner kicks off, and this one, wow, through the end zone. Don't really see that anymore, but a big kick there for Buckner. Rashee Rice, 8 catches, 90 yards, and a touchdown today. Now, he's got 15 catches for 132 yards and 3 touchdowns in his 2 games so far this year. By the way, the Chiefs technically went 119 yards on that drive, because they also got minus 25 yards in penalties. And they still managed to go 94 yards. That was a really impressive drive. And that has described the Chiefs offense pretty well here in the second half. Mariota, nope, play blown dead here. Flag is down. We got a false start against the Commanders back from 5. So 1st and 15. Terry McLaurin tonight, in his return from injury, played 25 snaps, caught 3 passes for 50-ish yards and a touchdown. Mariota incomplete. I was trying to find McNichols in the flat, but just couldn't find him. Bad throw. Brings up 2nd and 15. Commanders 42 yards in the second half. Chiefs 259. An empty backfield for Mariota. Chiefs bring 5. Mariota, pocket collapsing, steps up, going to try to run, and he's tripped up by Chris Jones. He is able to get positive yardage, but Jones going to make a shoestring tackle and stop him after getting about 6. Otherwise, he probably had a lot more. Commanders' upcoming schedule, they got 2 home games, Seahawks and Lions over the next 2 weeks. Then they're in Madrid against the Dolphins. Then they got a bye, and then they play the Broncos in week 13. It's crazy how next week's week 9 already. This thing's going so fast. 3rd and 9. Quick throw that is bobbled incomplete. Ertz got hand on it, couldn't bring it in. Quick throw from Mariota, but he had to get rid of it quickly. The blitz coming, and Ertz just couldn't catch it. But a 4th down now, and the Commanders are going to punt. I mean, that pretty much concedes the game right here. I don't think you punt here. You got to go for that. punt returned here from the 24, and trying to get to the outside, gets a block, and it returns it to the 38-yard line. So a pretty good return right there. About 15 yards, and the Chiefs take over once again with 6:46 to go in the fourth quarter. The flag is down. We got a wiggle block in the back here. That penalty backs the Chiefs up a little bit, but they still take over. 6:46 to go in the fourth quarter. And another opportunity here for the Chiefs to potentially extend their lead. So it was a good punt and a good return, but because of the penalty, the Chiefs are only starting their own 15. It's supposed to be starting at their own 38. But we still wait for them to come back from commercial. Chiefs get the football back. Hold on 1 second. So 1st and 10 here from the 15 for the Chiefs. Mahomes hands off, Hunt up the middle, and Kareem Hunt fights his way forward for 4 yards. Mahomes has a career high 3 touchdown passes when he's got 4+ seconds to throw. That's a very interesting stat. But I guess it's a stat. Chiefs 3 drives, 3 touchdowns here in the second half, all at least 75 yards. 8 plays 80 yards, 8 plays 75 yards, 13 plays 94 yards. 2nd and 6, Mahomes to throw, pressured, and sacked. So Mahomes got swung around here. This is going to be roughing the passer, and this is a hilarious one. It's going to be Johnny Newton gets called for the roughing the passer. He just swings Mahomes around. I mean, can't do that to probably anybody, but especially a quarterback like Mahomes. So it's 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. The defense makes a good play for the Commanders just to get completely wiped off after the penalty. $5:40 to go in the fourth quarter here. Mahomes under center. Hunt is the back. In the 23, they hand it to Hunt, and Hunt is bottled up the line of scrimmage. It was 2nd and 10, 5 minutes to go. Mahomes in shotgun, Brashard Smith the back to his left. Mahomes throws outside for Worthy, gets a block from Kelsey, and Worthy going to try to reverse field, gets a block from Mahomes, gets a block on the outside. Worthy fast enough to do it and gains 11. Worthy's one of the only guys who make that play work. So it's a 1st and 10 for the Chiefs in their upcoming schedule. They got the Bills next week. That's a huge game. Then they got a bye in week 10, and then 3 more tough games: Broncos, Colts, Cowboys. It's crazy to think that Chiefs-Colts game in week 12 could be a preview of the AFC Championship game. Very possible, considering how good the Colts have looked. Handoff goes to Pacheco. He slips and is taken down at the line of scrimmage with 4:35 to go. And I mean, Chiefs-Bills next week. That's always good. Terry McLaurin, when dealing with the injury for the Commanders, he's questionable to return with a quad injury, which is the same injury that cost him the last 4 games. That is not good right there for the Commanders. Plays a game that got blown out, and he re-injures himself. Here's Pacheco up the middle. He's got space. He dances around for a gain of 9. Lost the ball at the end. Flag is down with 3:35 or 3:55 to go. And Pacheco's a little shaken up after that one. Oh, he took. Oh, that does not look good. He got hit right in the knee. He's down before the fumble, but that does not look good. Man, hopefully he's okay. That looks painful. I was over walking around on the sideline, limping a little bit, but that looks like it hurts. Man, hopefully he's okay. Although the penalty on the play was a hold against Creed Humphrey. So it's 2nd and 14. But Holmes in shotgun, Hunt to his right. 3:55 to go in the fourth quarter. And here's the handoff to Hunt left side. And Hunt swung down for gain of 5. This game's actually moving really quickly because we've seen a lot of completions. He's running the ball a lot. Not many penalties. It's not even 11 o'clock, and there's 3 minutes left in this game. Game moving really quickly. Pacheco getting his knee looked at over on the sideline. With 3rd and 9 here. Pacheco looks fine. Is he going to go back in the game? That's crazy. But the Chiefs, they call a timeout here before the 3rd and 9, with the play clock winding down. And of course, ESPN's going to try to get in all their commercials now because this game's a little shorter. They got to make sure they get in all their commercials. It's like I was watching a college football game the other day. Who was it? Maybe might have been Vanderbilt, Missouri. No, might have been LSU A&M. I don't know. It was one of the games on Saturday. I was watching a college football game. And there was a really, really long drive. So they had to get in all their commercials because the drive took so long. It took like 10 minutes. Where they couldn't run commercials. So what they had to do, they went to commercial obviously after the touchdown like usual. And then after the kickoff, again they went to commercials. They have to make sure they get in all their commercials. Wouldn't want to accidentally miss one now. But we still wait for them to come back from commercial here. Alright. They're back here, 3:10 to go in the 4th quarter. Rice motions out of the backfield. They throw it to him on the screen. Rice gets a block and picks up about 3. And that also does bring up 4th down. The Commanders will get the ball back. About 2.5 minutes to go. I never changed the ball marker. It's still over there. So I'll just leave it now. Brings up 4th down here. 2:40 to go. So the Chiefs send on the punt team for the first time. Ariza sends it away. Oh, that is a huge kick. Gets fielded at the 5-yard line. Probably not a great decision. But here's Wayne. And Wayne can get out of the 20. So it doesn't even matter if he fields that or not. Because it gets back to the 20 either way. Touchback brings it out to 20. Return brings it out to 20. So either way is at the 20. The 57-yard punt, 15 in the return. And the Commanders' offense with the football back. Here's Mariota going to try to set up the screen for Krosky Merritt, but it gets tipped and incomplete. Stops clock. 2:12 to go. Chiefs defense continuing to play well. Already top 5 in yards per game and points per game. It's only going to improve after today, along 7 points, 250-ish yards. Here's a quick throw to Ertz for gain about 5. That brings us to the 2-minute warning. So we got 2 minutes left in the game here, 28-7. The Chiefs lead and are well on their way to becoming 5-3, I believe. The NFC West is going to be an interesting division to watch. Because the Chiefs, they're looking great. The Broncos look pretty good. They've won 4 or 5 in a row. AFC West. Broncos are 5-2. They've won. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. The Chiefs are going to be 5-3. Chargers are 5-3. The only team in that division who's not good is the Raiders, and I mean they're terrible. But that one's going to be a fun one to watch. A lot of the division races are going to be pretty good. Even the AFC East between Patriots and Bills. The North, with how the Ravens could potentially come back and the Steelers not being trusted by anyone. The NFC West is also going to be fun with the 49ers, Rams, and Seahawks. Even the NFC North with the Packers and Lions, I mean, that's going to be a fun one. And then you got the Bears, who are 4-3. They're not terrible either. And the Vikings, they're not great, but that's still a fun division to watch. Going to be a lot of fun ones. Alright. Back from commercial here, 3rd and 5. From the 25. Mariota in shotgun. And Chris Jones way across the line early. Mariota just launches it deep. It gets picked off, but it's not going to matter. Chris Jones pretty much standing next to Marcus Mariota when he caught that pass. That would be the furthest offside somebody's ever been. But 1:52 to go. And the penalty gives 5 yards to the Commanders, which does move the sticks for him. Mariota in shotgun here. McNichols to his right. Mariota to throw. Checks down. McNichols powers ahead for 9 yards. Brings up 2nd down and about 1. Minute and a half to go in the 4th quarter. Chiefs have to lead by 21. Mariota pressured here, rolls right. And Mariota just going to try to run it. Here he dives ahead. Ball goes out of bounds. Let's see, is this a fumble? The Commanders will keep possession because the ball goes out of bounds. So it's going to depend on the spot right here. See what they want to do. And because they're going to roll a fumble and say he's short. So it's 3rd and 1. A minute to go. Mariota in shotgun. 50 seconds. And he's just going to hand it off here. Gain of about 4. Jeremy McNichols on the carry. Could be the final play right here. 22 seconds to go. Mariota looks to throw. Steps up. Nope, doesn't step up. Rolls right. Mariota almost got sacked. Now throws. Intercepted. picked off by, I have no idea who 43 is, but picked off by the Chiefs linebacker. That seals it. A kneel down will do it, and the Chiefs going to beat the Commanders 28-7, although we got a flag down. So they call unsportsmanlike conduct after the play was over. I don't know what the penalty would be right there, but they call unsportsmanlike conduct. But it doesn't matter. But the game's over here. Chiefs will take a knee, and that will do it. They beat the Commanders 28-7. A great second half performance for the Chiefs. Nearly 300 yards of offense. In the second half, Chiefs outscore the Commanders 21-0. They're now 5-3. Commanders fall to 3-5. And the Chiefs have won 9 straight against Washington, longest active streak for any team versus any opponent. But a nice performance for the Chiefs. Mahomes plays pretty well despite the 2 interceptions. Kelsey looks good. Worthy had a nice game. Rice had a nice game. I did end up winning my fantasy matchup, which Echo needed to get about 10 points. He only got 5.8. So hopefully I was able to get the win. But final score 28-7. Chiefs beat the Commanders. That's going to do it for this stream, everybody. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like this stream, subscribe, turn notifications. I do my best to put this as often as possible. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night. I will have a lot of content on the way. Mahomes' final stats: 25 34, 299, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. But yeah, that's going to do it for this stream. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night. And I will see you guys in the next video.